ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. I am your host, Kenny Joe, and this lady is floating. Like literally, she is floating. Like, no matter how close I get, she is floating. What the frick?
I've been to Zerrikania.
Do you like it here?
You know what, that's enough witchcraft for one day. Thank you. That's enough witchcraft for one day. So I'm gonna mosey on and, examine that dead body. Oops, I pushed him. I wonder.
Sod off.
Alright, it'll be that way.
Murder! Someone help me, please!
Oopsie. Hey, I thought the one I clicked. What the? Fine, I'll talk to the puppy. Okay, it's not.
Murder! Someone help me, please!
It's a telekinetic blast, not mess with the mind. It's the art symbol, not the freaking. Yeah. Running away! It did not work how it was supposed to. That takes me off. Nice, screw it. Roach! So I was reading The Last Wish, and I mean in this one it might be different because Geralt has like a million horses. But
Sounds like a fight. Have to hurry.
I learned that at least in the book, Roach is a girl, and I've been sitting here
Damn it.
running around
Still be here.
all week long, like all game, calling Roach a boy, and it don't look like Roach is a boy. If that's the case, I apologize, Roach. Not necessarily for misgendering you, but for not even, you know, paying attention.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs.
Vampire!
Killed with a single blow.
Ugh. Sawed off, you grubby little wanker. Oh wait, we're not in England. We're like Poland or something.
Busted ribs.
Thank you.
Blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire.
Bird! Let's see if I can kill it.
Necromora, though. Flutter.
Nope.
Bruxa. Gotta be.
Oh, cool. Finally, a vampire.
In the cellar.
Jeez.
Gotta be. Black blood and moon dust.
Ugh.
Your lifesavers.
Oh, found a body.
Fell down the stairs. Broke his neck.
What the heck? Oh, it's another body. So what the heck's that? This ain't Resident Evil.
Hurled against the wall with great force.
Ew. Not even a pretty vampire. Oh man, I probably have to fight it down here.
You. Saw you at the inn.
Ah, maybe it is a pretty vampire.
I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Liver? Blood of the... Hello. That's a lot of blood you got on you. I think you, might have some issues with your period, but we'll talk about that later. Well, right now I need to, kill you. And, that's not normal.
I cannot let you leave.
Okay. Not okay. Wait, I remember something. was one thing it's weak against. Isn't reading fun? I pushed her out of the trap. Oopsie. Running away. Come and get me. Ooh. Running away. Man, why is it always the naked ladies that try to kill me? Chicken. Oh, jeez, that's what the magical trap is supposed to trap. You know, like a trap does. Oh, run, 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 run. Eat the chicken. And the olives. Eat up all the olives. Huh, this magical trap does not work well. Geralt, you need to brush up on your science. Uh-oh. Eat the olives, Geralt. Eat the olives. Oh, found her. Huh, she can dodge. Oh, hello. Ingest all. Oh! Jeez Louise, what'd she just do? I just killed her?
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the
I
table,
am.
though?
Poor man.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
I don't know what that means. Use English.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it.
Maybe a fishy?
Something in the throat.
Just cut his throat open, Geralt. It's not like it's gonna...
A pouch, bulging with coins.
Sweet.
Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Alrighty. Examine the
He was
chest.
chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Then, why was she
Third hand,
feasting on it?
the spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or
Geralt, the
their
thing is
limbs
pulsating.
completely alive after so much time. Examine the
Just
tissue more closely
destroy
later.
it?
Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm?
That thing's gonna, like,
No.
come alive.
Shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into
The sentient hand is going to come alive.
questions? No answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
That's, later looking. I'm getting heck out of the neighborhood. Ah, the sun, it burns. Do 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 do. So much trying. boy. You in the armor. Squawk. Good stretch.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine. What about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
Riddick and the dragon.
Our tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand.
I was reading about some
to the
lore,
giant Goliath.
Master Witcher.
and I think it said
Always trumps villainy.
yes, virtue is always shown.
Yeah. Virtue always
Anywho,
wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your
Anyway,
parents.
I was reading it something, and it's interesting lore
Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the Tourney
by, what was it?
in the arena. If we hurry,
By the late
we'll be in time to
14th
speak of
century, I think it
Round the
was.
Falls begins.
They said that like all all paintings and indication of Ciri no longer exist, so it's just mere stories.
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Is that a giant chicken?
Someone's gonna fight a Shamrock with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
There's an emperor. Yeah, I'll go with
Should
that
you
one.
torment the beast? How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Well, not just that, but then you're also kind of asking it to
No
kill
one will
people.
gain any glory from this. Let's go.
I still do like how they do that, where like hair and stuff grows in real time, so to speak. Like in the game, real time in the game, not necessarily real time, like real time for us. You know.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Vivian. Hello, Blondie. Hello, other Blondie. Hello there, mother. He's gonna end up
It's
dying.
begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
How much you want to bet I don't have to jump down there and save some poor soul? You really call that a fair fight, though? Like putting bells on it to confuse it?
I had a bad feeling about this.
If anything, you're just gonna make it more mad. See? Girl's just gonna sit to the crossbow, thwack, like right in the note.
Damn it.
And just like that, he's dead.
We have to help him.
See, I told you Garrett would have to jump in. Oops. Let's see.
Gotta keep it down.
Dang it.
Lightning! The beast heaves its foul curve. Let loose the roar and drop into earth.
Does it attack me from behind?
190 pounds.
Does more damage. Not really.
Its plans confound.
Really?
ice had turned to dust. Drink up the ocean and set fire to the wood, but nothing in this struggle can come to any good.
What the? How? How can it change direction like that? But then... Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to defeat this thing? Seriously. Really? How'd I do that? Rolling, rolling, rolling. Really? You wouldn't let me dodge. How?
So the witches shall perish in Gavin's law. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods.
Damn it.
So the witches shall triumph against all odds.
There goes all my food supply that I've stocked up for like the past 2 weeks. It's just trying to take me off because seriously.
Awaited till the time was true, then quelled danced its spun, struck the monster like fool.
Get away from me.
Alas, Hermelin lies prostrate.
Well.
He has breathed his last breath. A very
I'm scared. I wasn't really doing anything anyway.
Stench.
Chicken leg, chicken leg. Chicken. Smart beast. What's it doing? Uh-oh, I don't like that at all. Dodge! It's a shame I can't change weapons or anything mid-fight because or anything like that because I swear by now I'm being very ticked off.
twice defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade.
How do you know who I was and what I did?
As the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
So this is what admiration for what I do looks like.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It's suffered enough.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
What do you want?
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance,
It wasn't intentional.
so spectacular.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But whatever could he do? Come, we must
Goody,
find
more
him.
searching. Just what I always wanted to do. But in my opinion, though, it was more of a mercy thing. I've had to put the poor thing out of its misery because they let it go, it would have started tormenting and destroying. But then also it was basically in pain, so it's like what the heck do you do, you know? I feel kind of bad though.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Who?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Oh,
Yes. I mean, no.
duh.
Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
That's right, Dandelion's name is Julian or something like that.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always.
I don't bring trouble.
And we've enough trouble as it
Unless
is.
it's Dandelion.
Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that
That's
which
what it
you
is.
find at home,
That which you find at
yet
home
did
you
not
yet did not expect. Yes.
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time honored.
we shall becant it. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What
I mean,
awaits
not
at the palace
always,
are
but
edicts
sometimes.
To sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate.
Hey, I'll take it.
Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Sweet.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Beast's first victim.
How did it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the
Goodness
first.
gracious.
He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing.
Ooh.
The town was.
So I'm reading ahead,
an
that's
hour
why I'm
later.
like saying
On
stuff.
his hands and knees,
I'm a fast
propped against
reader.
the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
I'm feeling this guy might be up to something.
No.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep.
But hands could
His
still
body
do
was
that.
found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our
Something's
father,
fishy.
the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld.
Something
but
is
no one
fishy
ever came
because
forward with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges. Enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalry
very
virtue.
fishy.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable
That's what I'm
men.
thinking. It's a person.
We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, Valor and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
I still don't think it's a monster because,
At the moment, all the knights are
or at least it's gonna be something sentient like a vampire or something. Because there is no way a monster that can rip people apart with its bare claws or hands. There's no way.
Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
There's no way
Also knew
that they would target people like that.
So down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Interesting.
rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The Hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
That is true. You must remain calm.
Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Aye, aye, Your Highness.
Your Grace!
What is she doing? Roach! Hello.
What the hell? Why, I said... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Something rotten's going on in Toussaint, or Toussaint, or whatever, however you pronounce it. I will end it there. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you should see more of The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. Sorry, you're gonna have to use saying that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get that notification, and I will see you guys around.